Hi, darlings. So I'm getting ready to go into London with my niece. She's here from the US, Boston in particular, and she'll be going soon, and then I'm traveling out shortly. But I wanted to come on here and have a quick chat. I was going to do it as a reel, but I just don't have the time for the stop and start. So I'm going to leave this message to you, and I won't be here very long. But I want to talk to you about this idea in our heads. And by the way, do not forget, it's Black Friday today, the 25th. Everything is 40% off on the website. So do go and visit and make sure that you get your bargains, because I know some of you have been waiting to buy some of the courses. So go and get it, 40% off. A lot of people are going to get their bits and pieces. It's only 24 hours, so by midnight tonight, it will no longer be available. Hi, Victoria. Anyway, I'm just really here quickly, and I want to leave this message because I don't want anybody to get bored. I would like us to learn to stop, if we possibly can, making up stories in our heads about why a man is doing what he's doing or why he's not doing what he's doing. Okay, this is one of the most toxic behaviors of the 21st century, and one of the things that works against us as women because we're so neurotic by nature. We do not allow ourselves to not know. He hasn't called, he hasn't texted, he's behaving funny, he's not moving right. For some reason, we will come up with every story we can think of. Every story. And often those stories are to do with our self-worth. He's not calling because I did something, or I'm not good enough, or he must be angry with me, or I did something, or something wrong with me. We never have a story that is constructive. Or the story is, I don't think he cares. I think he's an idiot. I think he's a dog. I think he's seeing other women. I think he's got other people that he's seeing. And you are in your head telling yourself destructive stories. You are in your head making up a whole entire story and thinking that that story has no impact on your relationship or on any of your relationships or on this particular relationship. You just think that that story is harmless because it's happening inside of your head and nobody can hear it. That little interaction in your head that is completely, absolutely insane. And why do I call it insane? Because it is insane to believe you know what is going on in anybody's head. There's a reason our thoughts are silent and belong only to us. No one right now on this call knows what I'm thinking. You only know what I'm thinking when I share it. Okay? If you want to know what I'm thinking, you ask me, what are you thinking? If I'm behaving in a way that is bizarre, you ask me, what's going on? Babe, you don't seem yourself. What's going on? What you don't do is walk around in the whole of this world. It is insane, ladies, to go around thinking you know what somebody is thinking and then creating a whole reality in a whole world and a whole response mechanism and sending yourself up the wall, getting your cortisol high, getting, yourself miserable for the rest of the day, for the rest of the week, thinking only downer thoughts. It is absolute insanity to believe that you know what somebody's thinking. You would never go around anywhere in the world and just think you know what somebody's thinking. Anything that you think somebody's thinking that they haven't actually told you is coming from your ego. It's stories you've told yourself your whole entire life about your worth, about your value, about what relationships mean to you. Nothing means anything except the meaning that we put on it. And I want you to know that if whatever interpretation you've put on him not calling or not whatever, I've had women who've gone into one, he's not talking to me because only to find out that there was a death in his family. Like a close member of the family died. And I'm not talking about cousin, I'm talking about immediate family. And that's why he didn't pick up the phone. I've had women go crazy, and then because I was there to regulate her, because I was ready to regulate that client, she was able to behave appropriately. And then he came back and now he wants to be her man, and now he's ready to do everything because she behaved appropriately. She didn't bring attitude to the table. She didn't do any of these crazy things. Those little thoughts, they have a mission. Their mission is to get you into a bad state of mind, have bad energy, have bad thoughts towards the other person. And when that man decides to come back, or whatever his reasons for him being away, and he comes back and he meets that spirit, he's going to run away for good. It's okay not to know. It's okay. You know, it's okay to tell our brains, I don't know. I don't know why he hasn't responded. It's okay for you not to know. Not knowing is a genuine response to regulate your nervous system. Tell your nervous system, tell yourself, I don't know. I don't know. I might have my assumptions, but I don't know. And until he tells me, until I find out, I don't know. Until I wait long enough for him to get back to me, until he decides it's worth getting back to me. Yes, he's posting on Instagram, he's posting everywhere, he's but he's left you on red. He hasn't even opened your message. You've not heard from him in a while. Stop trying to make stories, because your story is wrong. Your story is untrue. Your story is making you crazy. Your story is not serving you. It's okay not to know. If this man has not put a ring on your finger, baby, you're free agent. Go find a man who's prepared to make his actions known. Go be with a guy who's not going to leave you in the dark. But don't go wrecking and dysregulating yourself because you believe that you're a psychic. Don't go blowing up a relationship because somebody told you that you're psychic and you're the only human in the world that has the ability to read people's minds and know exactly what's going on when they're not in their presence. The last time I checked, the only person that knew what was going on in anybody's head at anybody's time in any place was Jesus. That's the last time I checked. And Jesus is not sending me a memo about what that guy's doing and what that guy's doing, because that's none of my business. We are driving ourselves crazy trying to figure out, what's my boyfriend thinking? What is he doing? I have clients calling me, what do you think he's thinking? Well, let me get my crystal ball, okay? And do a little witch dance around it and sprinkle some Chengi magic, and all of a sudden, I'm going to know what he's thinking. We are going crazy. If you see me jumping on here ad-lib just like out of the blue like this, it's because we are going crazy. Girls, pipe it down. He's not the only man left in the world, okay? I promise. You don't have 2 rings on your finger, okay? But what we're not going to do is drive ourselves crazy and our poor coaches out here trying to help y'all. Don't try and drive me crazy, girl. I ain't joining your mess. I promise. Don't worry what he's thinking. Exactly. I ain't joining that crazy party. That is a crazy party. I'm not joining your mess. I'm not. Like, if you come to me and ask me things like, what is he thinking? He hasn't called me in 4 days. He hasn't called me in 2 days. He hasn't... I don't know what he's thinking. He's your man. Why haven't you asked him? You've been dating for 6 months. Why haven't you asked him why he hasn't called you? Why are you dating a guy that you're so afraid to say, babe, is everything okay? I haven't heard from you in 2 days. It's not like you. I'm just checking. Why is that inappropriate? Why are we still out here playing games? Why are we out here playing games? If a guy you're dating is not calling you, he's not calling you. Leave him to not call you. End of story. When he's ready, he'll call you. And when he calls you, I don't know. You don't know why he was away. You don't know. You're not going to come with, listen, I don't want to be played. Another kind of... Why are you making assumptions? Why are you coming with attitude? Did he marry you? Did he put a ring on your finger? What was going on here? If you don't like a man that don't call after a date, go find one that calls you after a date. But if it's that guy that you want, if it's that guy that you are obsessed with, that you have to have or else you'll die, and he doesn't call you, can you stop sitting around thinking about, he hasn't called me. Why hasn't he called me? He hasn't called me because I'm fat. He hasn't called me because I'm stupid. He hasn't called me because Oh, I remember the last conversation. I think I must have said something he didn't like. Oh, I think he hasn't called me because he's sleeping with other women. I think he hasn't called me because, I'm number 25 on his rotation. I think he hasn't called me because he's a jerk. I think he hasn't called... Bloody hell, girls. We're going to lose our minds out here in these streets. I want you to know that it's okay that you don't know. I don't know why the sun is hot. And I don't know why we have to have seasons, because I would rather live in summer for the rest of my life. I don't know why when I eat a lot, I get fat. Why can't we eat a lot and not get fat? I don't know why I'm allergic to some things and not to other things. I don't know why the grass is green. And I don't know why God chose to use blue for the sky. And I don't know why water is colorless. And I don't know why I cannot see the air. I really don't know why I can't see God, and I don't know why he won't give me what he wants to give me. And I don't know why I sleep at night and why I'm designed to sleep at night and wake up in the morning. I just know that I do. I know my body does, and I know it's designed to do it, but I don't know why. There are millions of things in our brains we don't know why. Science can explain the how it happens and the technicalities and the processes of why it happens. Why are we sleeping beings? Why are we not always awake? Why did God make it that we have to sleep? Why does my hair grow curly and not straight? Why do I have less hair than some people? Why are my teeth this way? I don't know why. Some things are just the way they are, but I make it through the day without driving myself crazy. Okay? I do. I actually make it through the day without losing my mind about a lot of things that I don't know why. Why does God want to live in heaven and not on the earth with me? Why can't I find God's address and knock on his door? We live our whole lives with millions and trillions of things that we accept as they are. We accept the morning as it arises. We accept the night as it dawns. We accept the color of water. We accept that green is green. And we get on with our lives. Because there's a part of our psyche that will take I don't know as an answer. I just don't know. Okay. There's a part of us that is okay with not knowing. It's okay to not know how to communicate. Because then you can learn how to communicate. Some of us are driving ourselves crazy because we don't know how to talk to men so they listen. And now that it's Black Friday, you can go and get yourself the course at 40% off and learn how to talk to men so they listen. Some of us don't know how to master attraction. We can go and get mastering attraction. Okay, there's some things that we don't know and we can go and get solutions and answers for because somebody has said, hey, there's an answer here, there's a solution here. And there's some things in this world we will never know. There are things that you and I have gone through in life that we're still waiting for why we had to go through that. And knowing, the state of not knowing is legitimate if there is no way of knowing. Hi, Katie. Hi, Gritter. Hi, Susie. Hi, everybody. I was off on my runt. Right? It's okay. We're wrecking our girlfriend relationships. We're wrecking our family relationships. We're wrecking our relationships with men. We're wrecking relationships because we are obsessed with thinking we know. I know. So I say to my clients when they say, oh, Chengi, this is what happened over the weekend and this is what he said. And what do you think he means by that? And whilst I have an idea, because I've been doing this a long time and I know certain things that many people don't know, I no longer tell women what I think is going on. I say to them, look, when he said what he said and you didn't say, I'm sorry, I don't understand, do you mind explaining that to me? If you don't say, we walk away from conversations with men completely confused because somewhere in our minds we don't think we could ask a question. Oh, can you make that clear? I'm on Instagram Live, so you can come in, but best be dressed.
Oh, I just wanted to use the mirror.
Sorry, that's my niece. So, we come out of these conversations with our husbands. We come out of these conversations with our partners. We come out of these conversations with the men we're dating. And in the moment the conversation is happening, some of us, it doesn't even occur for us to say, oh, I don't understand. Why would you say that? What do you mean by that? What does that mean for you? Oh, right now I'm not really looking for anything serious. Oh, Chengi, he said he's not looking for anything serious. What does that mean? I wasn't on the friggin' date. You were. Why are we going on dates and reading men's minds? I don't know. I think I had, who did I have? I had Greta here. Maybe she can tell us why the girls are out here reading men's minds. If a man says, I'm not ready for a relationship, blah, 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 stop trying to read his mind and say to him, oh, I don't understand. So what does that mean practically? What does that look like for you? A man who's not ready for a relationship. So does that mean that you're dating multiple people and that you're hoping to add me to your rotation? I just want to be clear. Is that okay? Oh, it just means, we get all these ambiguous things. I had another one come to me. She says, so, I only make love to men that I'm in a relationship with. So can you tell me what your status is? He says, oh, yeah, it would just be you and me, just you and me. So does that mean we're exclusive? It's just you and me. Does that mean that we're boyfriend and girlfriend? It's just you and me. So he said it's just you and me. What does that mean? I mean, I asked him, is that boyfriend? What he said is just... Okay, bring my crystal ball so I can run around it and do a witch. I don't know what he means when he says it's just you and me. I know what he means, but you need to know what he means. Stop allowing yourself to just not ask and do the mind read thing. He's in front of you. You're having a conversation. Well, unfortunately, you keep saying it's you and me, but unfortunately, that is not clear for me. I really need you to be clear. I really need clarity. I need to know what that looks like on a day-to-day basis. Don't judge. Don't think you know what he means. You don't know what it means. You're confused. You can say, you know what? I'm really confused. So until you're ready to be clear, I think we'll just stay friends because I need clarity. I feel really anxious when I don't have clarity, and I don't want to feel anxious. Right? When your hubby is behaving some kind of way, instead of, oh, hubby doesn't come and he doesn't eat my food. Oh, my husband doesn't like, he hasn't been eating my food for the last week and I don't know what's going on with him. Why are you married and sleeping and sharing a bed with a man whose mind you're trying to read? Why don't you ask him, baby, I can see from your appetite and how you're not having dinner that something is wrong. Is there anything wrong? Why are we out here doing this foolishness? Who told us that it's okay to not know? It's okay to not know, of course, but who told us that it's okay to read somebody's mind? We wreck our marriages because we're reading our husband's actions and not asking. The man could be worried about something that has absolutely nothing to do with you and something that you could totally fix together. Human beings have bizarre behavior. Do you know how many exes of mine I've had a conversation with and realized that what I thought was going on was actually going on with two different things? And if I just not gotten into my head and told myself a whole bunch of stories, that relationship could have turned out very differently. So much goes on in the human experience, ladies. So much goes on in the human experience. And it's really important for us to realize that within the complexity of our humanity, I cannot take on board what you're thinking. If I don't know if the behavior is bizarre, if it's unusual, it's okay for me to ask. And if it's inappropriate for me to ask, for instance, we went on a date and you haven't called me, I send you a message and you haven't responded, and it's 4 days later and we're just dating, it's inappropriate for me to be calling you and asking you, how come you haven't called me back? It's inappropriate for me to be sending you 10 messages saying, hey, how come you haven't called me back? That's inappropriate. But if we're in a relationship and we're together and we have had a rhythm and a pattern in this relationship and all of a sudden it shifts and it changes, it's okay for me to ask. And not ask from my little brain mind that's thinking, who's the other woman? Just ask from a place of concern and communicate from a place of love. Okay? Because the little freak show we got going on in our heads is driving us insane. We're losing the plot. We really are. And then we're left to surmise and make up stories. And these stories create drama. And the drama creates this invisible wall around us that makes it impossible for relationships to thrive with anyone, let alone men. You saw me going about my business. I was so preoccupied with something that was going on in my head, my business. I got things going on, my son. I've got things going on. So I don't see you. So you decide that you're going to make up in your story. You know what's going on in my head. Chengi, you know that girl? Now that she's doing all YouTube and her business is doing well these days, don't have time for nobody. See how she passed me? It's not like she didn't see me. I literally passed her. I even smiled in her face. Look how she stays. So next time I see you at a party, you're blanking me. And I have no idea why you're blanking me. It didn't occur to you when I was passing you to say, hey, Chengi, how are you? Girl, did you not see me? It didn't occur to you because you live here in your crazy place. It didn't occur to you to say, girl, how are you? And you might find, oh my God, I didn't see you there. How are you? Oh my God, it's been such a long time. And we have a cuddle and we have a hug and it's all good. But you got into your head. You made up little stories about me, about your worth, about your value. I have people who no longer talk to me that were dear, dear friends. They just assumed because I got busy and my life took me in a different direction that I didn't care about them anymore. And it was nothing to do with that. Nothing at all. I actually miss them. I think about them. But I'm so busy. And the way that we are, I know I'll have to go on a phone call when I've got 4 hours of time to catch up because so much has gone on. And I'm still waiting for that time. But the people that won't talk to me because they think, oh, look at her. She thinks she's moved on in the world. She doesn't need us. What? The last time we spoke, we were having a blast. You didn't do anything to me. I didn't do anything to you. Why would I suddenly change? Why would a friendship of 6 years or 7 years suddenly change except for the stories that we tell ourselves in our heads? Why didn't you ask me? Why didn't you call me and say, girl, you've been silent. We missed you. How you doing? No. Instead, you tell yourself a story. That's what we do. And it's mainly a woman problem because we're naturally more neurotic. It's mainly a woman problem. Men tell themselves stories in their heads, yes, but not to the degree that we tell ourselves stories. Not to the degree that we choose to make it a thing. Ladies, take it from me. Okay? Take it from Mama Swan. It's okay not to know and not to make up stories. It's really okay to be like, I don't know why he's behaving that way. I guess I can find out, or I guess I can leave it until it becomes clear, or I can just move on and be with somebody who makes things clearer. But what is not okay is for me to start making up stories about who this person is. It's not okay for me to start making stories about his character. It's not time for me to start making up stories about what I think is going on in his head. And especially when he is right in front of you, ask him the question. Ask him. And for some of us who have these questions still burning in our minds, say, hey, you know that time you said A, B, C, D, F, G? You know, it's just occurred to me that I have no idea what that meant. Do you mind explaining that to me? Why have we stopped being humans? I mean, what is it really about dating and relationships that means that we're not human anymore? Come in. Like, why have we decided that humanity has nothing to do with, oh, you look cute. Yes. Do you like it? Sorry, she's...
Do a curling iron. I need a curling iron.
I tell you what, I'm gonna go now because I have a high maintenance bird here who I must take to London. But it was good chatting, and I hope that you ladies understand what I'm trying to say. And it was really important for me to jump on here and let this be known because it has been doing my head in. It literally has been doing my head in, and we really just need to stop. It's insane behavior. I've got a question here. Let's see if I can answer it real quick before I go. That's why it's good to do rotational dating in order not to obsess over one guy. Absolutely. Thank you, Exquisite Zurich. Yes. Yeah, it's insane. Cage Unique says it's because we're mind readers. Yeah. It's insanity. And I've been insane too. And yeah, I was one of those girls too who was utterly insane. I would sit there for hours sifting and combing through every single conversation, everything I wore, everything I ate, how I showed up, because I'm looking for what I did wrong. I must have done something wrong. I think it's when it's definitely that. And then I'll obsess and I'll beat myself over the head. And I will then decide that, no, it's not me, it's him, he's a moron, he's a jerk. And then I will start composing letters in my head of how I'm going to cuss him out, how I'm going to call him out, how I'm going to let him know, how I'm going to... Girl, that whole thing, you got to sign out of that madness. At some point, you got to make up your mind that, look, I am not... My calling in life is not to know why people do this. Is not to know why everybody's doing what they're doing around me. My calling is to know why I'm doing the things around me and to invite people who are in the same frequency. And if they're just not in the same frequency, I'm just going to find somebody who is. Okay? And if I'm married to this person or in a committed relationship with this person, it's my job to inquire. And all of this is in the How to Talk to Men So They Listen. There are skills and tools that you all need for communication. Go get it. It's 40% off. I'm very, very generous. 24 hours. Hope you have a wonderful day because I plan on doing it. I'll be in the stories today, posting all the adventures because, Mama Swan lives a very hermity life. I don't do very much. So when somebody comes to visit, my life gets busy. So that's going to be fun. I'll share that with you. Have yourselves a wonderful day and take care of you.